Hi everyone, welcome to Monday Night Live. And oh, I just gibbled the thing again. I always click the thing by accident. Sorry. Okay, I think we're good. Phew. Sorry. I just wanted to move the window. That's all I wanted. All right, so hello to Instagram. Hello to Behance, Adobe Live. Hello everybody. Hello to Facebook and YouTube this week. Yay! Now everybody who's watching on YouTube, please be patient with me. I think this will work the same as the rest of them, but if not, it's all a growing process. We're gonna figure it out together. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. I really appreciate you all. While we wait for everybody to come in, I'll show you a bit of progress. What we did last week. Here's some more of that illustration of Mr. Mojo and me while I work, and him being a bit of a goofball. So I worked on it a little bit more. I don't think it's quite ready yet, but I don't want to figure it out on the live today. We're going to do something else today. And then those of you who missed it, I launched the Kraken last week, and I am so happy with the final result. This is ginormous illustration. I keep saying this, I'm going to print this. Something's missing. Some shadows are missing. There we go. I'm going to print this. I'm going to hang it up at my desk at work. But I'm also definitely going to think about putting this on a shirt. It occurred to me on my drive home today. My mind was wandering a little bit, and I thought, you know what? This would be really fun on a shirt. So I'm going to look into that and see what I can come up with. It's pretty elaborate. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but if I can make it happen, I'm going to make it happen. And last week I was going to say that I wanted to work on, we would be working on the next 2-month illustration, but it is just not ready yet. So I worked on it on the weekends, and the sketch just was not coming together. And I was getting a little bit frustrated. I have lots more research to do. You'll know what I mean when I get into it. It's a topic that I kind of was just like, I'll just dive into it, which is moronic because when you see what I'm doing, you'll know that one just dive into one of these illustrations. So what I'm going to do instead is I have a bit of a kind of collaboration of sorts that's kind of starting. I mentioned last week that a couple weeks ago at work, I was able to do a really cool session with some people at work. I'm part of an employee resource group at my office, and I was able to do a session about how I personally put pen to paper to take care of myself. So I gave a few suggestions to people as to how I do that. Lots of accessible things that anybody can do. You don't need to have an art degree to do them. But what came out of it was this great response. There was people everywhere, just reaching out to me. It was a small group to begin with because it's summer and people are away, but people were responding in such a big way. So there was a lady at work who is very big on self-care, but would like to kind of work with me a little bit to get some visuals into some of the stuff that she's been working on. So we're working together on eventually building something like a set of cards that are good, like affirmations and things like that. Most words are kind of around that. So I thought what I would do is I have a style kind of floating around in my head. So I thought that I would work out the style with a few things that I have kind of floating around as illustrations I wanted to do. This is not, as you can see the wording, this is not positive affirmations and things. It kind of is, but it's not really what you would think of initially. But this is just kind of an illustration I kind of wanted to do at one point, but I'm going to use it as an opportunity to kind of work out the style. And then when I do get to the affirmation cards, I'll have something kind of that I can bring to her and we can work out together. So right now, just a personal illustration, hopefully something we can work through, something a little different for the sessions because typography isn't usually something I'm wicked strong at and not something I've done here. So I think it'll be kind of fun for us to play around with a little bit for the live for the next little bit. So we're going to play around with that a little bit today in Fresco. And we have some people in the live. Yay! We've got Odari and Spider. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. I love to hear your comments. No matter where you're watching, please comment, say hello. What are we working on? Odari, living for your characters, bud. Those were amazing. Oh my goodness. I didn't see the end of like the session. I missed like the last 20 minutes, I think, yesterday. But that little girl was coming out awesome. I like looked down for 2 minutes and then I looked back up and was like, oh my God. Freaking out. Quality's not that great. Oh, balls. Hi, is it Merrick? Thanks for joining in. Okay, so, excuse me. Oh, perfect. I love to hear that, Odari. That's fantastic. She looked so great. A very intriguing character, so I'm very intrigued by that. I just want to put my Do Not Disturb on because this is prime chatting time. So, yeah, no, the character, the concept was so great. Like I said, I was like kind of working on some other things while I was watching, and every time I looked up, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like her crazy braids and stuff, like how they were kind of like raggedy because, you know, she's been busy doing crazy stuff. I live. Okay, so let's get to the actual illustration. You guys didn't come to watch me talk the whole time. So what we've got here are some basic vector texts. We have different, I just put this together in Illustrator earlier. I kind of had my idea down as to what I wanted to do. So I played around with text a lot. That's something I do quite a bit. I don't do typography in my illustrations very often. I do this at work quite a bit for any graphics or logos or anything. There's usually a lot of text involved. So I'll play around with different fonts and stuff. So I have Illustrator files full of like 2 words in different fonts and kind of playing around with them and messing around and all that kind of fun stuff. So I did that. I knew I wanted Reed to be in kind of a sans serif situation, and I wanted mines to be kind of flowy. For no reason at all. And then the big I to be a big thing. So the kind of goal here is to have the be kind of like a double meaning illustration, if that makes sense. So I want it to be when you first look at it, that it says, I read minds. And then the don't being like, don't read minds. So having it be kind of a look again illustration. This kind of occurred to me last week. I was in Illustrator earlier, so I started to go do all my shortcuts. I'm like, no, you have to actually draw this one. So I had this thought last week because I was thinking of like all this text and stuff. And so I thought, well, let's try and see what we can't do and fill this space a little bit more. So these are mostly, this text is a little bit more of a set of guidelines right now. I'm not really going to get all worked up over the actual line art. As you can see, I just exported a PNG and then made this really big. So it's not great quality, but I think we're going to be drawing all over this anyway. These are going to end up being guidelines. So I am going to put it up top here and see. That's not what I wanted to do. See if I can't make this a reference layer. I might not be able to. No, I can't, eh? Just the vector ones? Okay, that's fine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to treat each word on its own layer for now. And I am going to kind of play with some of the styles that we've been using here. Lots of layering, shadows, maybe not full stained glass, but some of the treatments that we've been using in here lately. So I want to do this one first. And then I want to invert this mask. Oh, first, before I do that, I want to make sure that, yes, Reed is completely covered by that. That's perfect. I just want to make sure that the pattern completely covers the word so that when I start unmasking this, we're not going to like run into a bunch of problems. Okay, so we'll redo that and let's just start working on this. So I've had this kind of idea for some time now. I've been really wanting, there's a lot of like words and stuff that I say like mostly to myself on a regular basis. But what I wanted was to kind of get them down on paper because what is happening? Oh, poo. Okay, sorry. My text has white fill. Sorry, my layer has white fill. So I'm going to create multiply here. There we go. Okay. There we go. So I've got lots of, oh dear, put my pressure sensitivity back on. That was my bad. So like I said, I've been wanting to kind of do this for a little while. Things I say, because I always find like things that stick with me, any text or whatever that kind of sticks with me. Usually, hang on, do you want out, bud? Sorry. Hey, Mojo. Okay. Say hi to the people, Mojo. Okay. Oh, I ran away from the people, Mojo. Okay. Let's go, boy. Okay, so I always find anything that kind of sticks with me. Hello. I find that anything that kind of sticks with me, sticks out like as a sticker or print or anything like that. Usually, it's got a saying of some kind that really sticks with me. So that's why I'm doing this. Everybody says hello, Mojo. So that's why I want to practice with some words. Oh my gosh. People are joining on the gram too. I love this. Everybody's all over the place today. So for those of you who are just tuning in, we are in Adobe Fresco on the iPad today. Making a bit of a mess with this. Not too clean and crisp right now, but that's okay. We can come and clean it up after. I don't want to be too boring and precise with this because I don't want you guys to leave. Whoa, yuck. Ugh. Oh, Lord. Okay. How's everybody on Instagram tonight? So, kind of like I mentioned, wow, wobbly lines. Glad I opted out of that fourth cup of coffee on the way home. Yikes. This would have been a mess for everybody. So yeah, typography isn't really a wicked strong point for me, mostly just because I haven't nurtured it. I haven't fed it. I know there's a lot of theories. I have like a lot of books, a lot of typography books about the theory. I didn't go with anything. Usually there's always these rules. There's all these art rules about how to do certain things, but they, I don't know. I don't feel like they always work. Like I know with the fonts and stuff, they're like maybe just keep it down to like one or like two font families and all that kind of stuff. There's definitely 4 font families in this one. I just went with what I thought looked really cool, and that's it. I don't know. I'm not really going for typography magic, but I do know that there's like a pile of different ways that this could be handled. So just if you're doing something a little more businessy, a little more corporate, maybe just, you know, don't go too crazy with the number of fonts you're using. But this is an illustration for me, so I am going to just do as I please. Okay. Pew, pew. Okay. Now, oh, it's like I knew it was going to happen. I put the red one right on top, which is amazing because I want mines to be that. Now let me get, where's the transform tool? This is the one I want. So I need mines. I always kind of want some of this filigree that's over on the right here to peek in because it's super fun, but I think we're just not going to worry about that today. Because usually I try and force it in, and then there's only like a little tiny bit, and I've put in a lot of effort for not too much. Create an empty mask, and then we're going to invert that mask so it's all hidden away. There you can see those the red on the edges and stuff. That's not going to show up. That's off the artboard, depending on how I export this. But because it's off in that dark space, I'm not worrying about it. Sometimes rules are meant to be broken in the creative world. This is a true story. I can't remember whether it was a professor or whether I read this. I forget where this came from. It's when I was in my art school days. There was kind of like, you go through all this art school and everything like that, but you go through all of it so that you learn all the rules, and then you know how to bust them. And it gives you a little bit more license to just bust them all. But the creative world is so full of things that the rules are there as guidelines at best, I think. So now this one's going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to be able to fill this one nicely, so I'm just going to color this one in. All right. So everybody who's kind of new joining in here, this is an illustration I'm just doing for me, but in preparation for a collaboration I'm slowly working on right now that has to do with words and affirmations and things. So I'm mostly using this as a personal illustration that's kind of also a style test. So killing two birds with that one, which is fun. Oh, what else? Oh dear, aggressive. Now I'm not being very precise with this. As I mentioned, this kind of text is just a guideline for right now. Because I'm probably going to put my own strokes in here. I have some ideas of what I want to do, but we'll get together. I remember art school. Nice view after I left. I really enjoyed school, art school. And one of the biggest things I noticed when I left was how much I appreciated the collaboration that was there. Like we were in a really lucky group in that the way our illustration program worked at the time, it doesn't work like this anymore. It was split off into two streams. So everybody would take the same first year series of courses, and then in your 3 years after that, you would do either technical illustration or interpretive illustration. So technical was what I took, but it was more computer software, how to do scientific illustration, how to do technical illustration, like a lot of the rules behind that, a lot of some media studies, things like that. Whereas the interpretive side was more kind of how to get that creative idea across, how to get those ideas out. They did a lot more variety of media studies and things. Now it doesn't work that way. It's a little more open, so you can kind of gear your own degree so that it comes out as, because there were a lot of courses that the interpretive classes took that we wanted to take, and a lot that the technical streams that the interpretives wanted. Like at the time when I was graduating, there wasn't as much software on the interpretive side, which was kind of harmful, I think, to some of the people who wanted to be out there, because software is such a big thing, like being able to use Illustrator and things, and we were living and breathing Illustrator on our side. So the technical side wasn't as popular as the rest. Like we were 15, we started with 15, ended up being 13, out of over 100 who were in class, so who were in each year. So we were a small group, so we were always in our own computer lab all the time, all together, kind of late nights. We'd be watching like zombie movies in the studio, and then I'd stupidly walk home at 3 a.m. after watching this zombie movie. And all that. And I appreciated it at the time, but really appreciated it when I had gone and I was back here. Came here and I had my job and everything like that, and I wasn't collaborating with people every day. It's definitely a different vibe. So I do miss those kind of studio nights and stuff. we try and kind of bring it back. Like, luckily, where I work, a lot of people came from the same school where I was. So we all kind of try and get together every now and again and do studio time. We would go to coffee shops and just have like sketch time, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, families and babies and other hobbies and careers kind of get in the way, and that's totally fine. So we don't do it as often as we'd like, but we all talk about it. So it's kind of fun to kind of have that collaborative group to work with in that community. As much as I love just kind of like chilling here and doing my own thing, being collaborative is good too. So we'll see. Actually, related to that, I'm going to go try, I think I mentioned this a while ago, but there's a person who's opened a kind of collaborative, creative environment in London. And I'm glad they have, because I was having like a brain explosion over the holidays where I was like, I need to create a space where people can just come and make things. And I don't have the community here to do that or the resources. I also have like a full-time job. But this lovely human has created one, and I am finally free on a day when they're doing open studios. So I'm going tomorrow to see them and talk with them and try and be friends with them so that we can all work together. It's actually a really cool environment. Like, they have, this is all from Instagram, so I'll get a first-hand output next week. But like, it's for the open studio, you can come in and bring literally anything you want. They have all kinds of supplies there. So if you're a knitter, an artist who draws, someone who paints, who needs the Cricut, who needs whatever, all kinds of these, all the different things. They have all this stuff on hand that you can kind of try. They have kits and things. They also have like classes throughout the week. So they have like jewelry makers. They have all kinds of stuff, all this other kind of thing. And then you can go in and collaborate with people. They have a panel this week that I'm going to about like building your studio and things like that. So women in the industry, all that kind of fun stuff. So I'm going to try and get involved in that and hope that I can at least take advantage of some of the classes or something. Maybe I can teach one or something. Who knows? But I definitely want to go try it out and see what the London community has. I had one master artist, as I call her, ask me why you here. She said, one day a true artist wears black, and now 90% of my gear is black. She was the best. That is hilarious. So I don't know, just black just kind of goes with everything. I don't know. I have quite a bit of black too. I did some shopping this summer. I haven't bought a lot of new clothes lately because I'm just like, I should just probably wear what I have. But I did buy some clothes at the start of summer, and I was like, you can't buy black. But it just kind of goes with everything. Did I literally put this pattern on here 2 times? Silly. Okay, what was the other one I wanted then? I know what other one I want. Can we just delete this one? Nope, Mojo, leave them alone, please. Good boy. Oh dear. I'm still trying to be all prepared and everything. No, Mojo, leave them be, please. Hey, come, good boys, quiet. You come here on your bed. We're talking to the people. We're hanging out, man. You chill. Good boy, quiet. One of my neighbors is moving, so, you know, disturbing the peace and stuff. Yeah. It's funny, a lot of, like, I've had a lot of great professors and a lot of great teachers and stuff like that, but a lot of the stuff that my art teachers told me really sticks. There's one in particular, her name was Catherine Chorney, and her name is Catherine Chorney. She's still with us as far as I know. She had some of the best tidbits, and I don't know, they really stick, I think. And I use them a lot. Like the 10 more minutes, I'm pretty sure that was her. When it was like, if you don't like an illustration, just give it 10 more minutes, work on it for 10 more minutes, and then I'm sure you'll get where you want to go. And it saved me a lot of frustration and a lot of art. But yeah. The art school environment's pretty fun. I really enjoyed it. I think there's different opinions for different reasons, but that is the case with pretty much everything. So there you go. I think it's at least a good starting point. Get your community, get your kind of background, and then be free, little butterfly. Create your magic. No, Mojo. It's not time. You know that. You know that, you silly goose. I'll clean up some of these sloppy lines later. Oh, why is Mojo just the most sad boy? You know, his life's really hard, guys. He sleeps all day. And then, you know, gets pissy at me when I'm here. Oh, he's kind of mad because I was working all day and then studioed when I got home, but now I'm doing this. You can play with these guys. Mojo's Homeland Security. Accurate. No one passes the threshold without any permission from Mojo. Everybody cares for his opinion, you see. Alright, so I want this to be light, I want this to be faded, but I don't really know how I'm going to treat it yet. So I'm just going to put the background in and then we can kind of get on with the other magic and see. Because that, obviously that big black line outline isn't going to work for this, the final result, but we'll just get this going in here and see what we've got working around. So, okay. So I'm going to do, let me think, because I really want to do like some outlines and some shadows and all kinds of stuff, but I think we're a little ahead of that. I kind of want to play around with an idea I had. I think I'm gonna sorry, I'm thinking it through. I'm gonna duplicate this layer and I'm gonna delete the oh Jesus, Mojo, good lord, how dare they. Mojo, can you just leave them alone? Excuse me. Hey!
Yes.
Every day they do that. Leave them alone. No, Siri. Go away. Good lord. Now Siri's in on the whole thing. Good lord. Anarchy, I tell you. Just sit, please. Enough. They literally go in there every single day. Every day. Sheesh Hues. Okay. So this is the duplicate layer. Okay, let's try and figure this out. And they're the right side up, because I kind of had this really cool idea of how to play with some of these masks. Please stop. Okay? The neighbors don't want you to provide your input. Okay? Okay, let's play with some fun brushes is what I want to do. Because I haven't done that in a while, and I want to. So, we want to do, not that, thanks, just leave them alone, would you? No. Haha. Nope, I clicked the wrong, oh no, I didn't click the wrong one. Where did we go? Okay, almost. We might do this with a couple things. But what I kind of want is the effect to come through, but like, so the papers are kind of going to peek through. It's not going to really work on this one as much. It's going to look like paint because it's like all of a light color, but I think we can make the other ones work. So let's play with this one here. What about this one? What happened? Didn't work. Oh, why is it that low? Oh, because that pattern's not over there. That's why. Okay, no, just sit, please, okay? There we go. That's why. I understand why now. Okay. I did a silly thing, that's why. Okay, so let's get another pattern in here just because we're making a mess. Because of the orientation of this, the paper patterns and stuff don't fill the space like we would normally expect. No, just sit, buddy. You're fine. I know. Just say hi to the people. Look. It's Mojo. There you go. Just draw with me for a little bit, okay, book? Empty mask. Invert mask. Magic. I'll put this under here. And now we want to use this brush. Cool. Not quite that one. Okay, go on. So, I don't know why I thought of this, but I just finished this really great book on the weekend called Fractal Noise. It's by Christopher Paolini, who wrote the Aragon series. He also wrote another book. Like, this is like the prequel to Sleeping in a Sea of Stars. It's a very long title and I always think I mess it up. But it's excellent. They're like both, they're set in space, so it's very different from the Aragon series. So whether that dragons and stuff deterred you or not, this is completely different. They're out in space and everything, which is wicked cool. And then they, but like there's just kind of like all these like little creatures and stuff, which kind of made me think of this kind of paintbrush and these kind of splattery things. So I think I would recommend it. It's a really good one. It's all in space. You could probably read Fractal Noise on its own without reading Sleep in a Sea of Stars, just because it's like a prequel to what happens later. So you would get more out of it having read the big one. But this one actually is really good. So like you get more out of it knowing like kind of what some of these actions lead to. But I would definitely recommend it. If space is interesting to you, I would recommend this one. It was a lot of fun. And it just kind of just like space and unknown and noise, and like I was just looking at the noise on those brushes and stuff. It all plays in, so that's where my brain went. Space I like, yeah. So if you do like it, I would recommend these ones. I wasn't sure because I was like, I'm a huge fan of the Aragon series, but I was like, these are such different worlds for you to write in. But he's a pretty smart guy, and he did a lot of research, so would recommend. It just came out like a few months ago, but I just read it over the weekend. It was a pretty quick read. It's only like 200 some odd pages, so would recommend. It has nothing to do with this illustration other than noise plays a factor. Alrighty, so I'm going to throw some shadows in here. Again, a lot of my lines are pretty rough right now, but that's okay. I think for right now, because I can go in and clean up some of them. I'm going to treat them like they're all in good shape. Stop that. Oh dear, wrong brush. Good lord. Got all overconfident here. Recent. What? Fine. Basic. Okay, so let's toss some of these down. I'm going to put some shadows on the white, which is not normally what I would do for these, but I think we'll see how it plays out, because usually I leave the white space like really white. It's too dark for me, but we'll there's not that much covering here, so I worry that if I leave the white space white that the shadows won't make sense, but we'll just see where this goes for now. I'm just throwing down a rough shadow just to see where we're at. No, don't erase. I'm just gonna do the E for right now, like do the word read, and then we can do mines after, just one at a time. I find when I get like too bogged down with what shadow does what, then I overwhelm myself, so just one at a time. Es gut. Just want to make sure. Oh, it's still working. Sweet. Oh no. Oh, thank goodness. Sorry. I clicked on a thing and then everything went away. Hello. Oh no, okay. Well, the name is Ashraful. I'm sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I'm sorry if I'm trying to be really good with names. Oh my god, the Murphys are here. Hello, Murphys. Okay. So yeah, we've got a little bit of a mess to clean up here with some of these lines that we put down. Ashraful. Ah. Okay. Underneath. Let's get a new shadow in here. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to create a multiply so that it multiplies what we already put down here. And then, I'll treat them the same. I was thinking I could do something a little bit different, but maybe we'll just treat them the same for now and then see how it goes. So I think if we have different fonts, we have different shadows, we have different lots of things. Let's just be careful not to make this a huge mess. So I'm gonna make it a smaller shadow for some reason. Dude, what's up? What's up, homie? They're just moving, bud. I know it's a bummer, but you know. I know it's a bummer, but people, you know, move. That's what happens. I know. Poor Macho. There we go. That's feeling good. Everything's on its own layers, so we can play with that kind of texture and stuff later. We can play, with its own transparency and all that kind of fun stuff later. Just want to get the idea down here. So I feel like once we get this style down, I could start doing quite a few of these kinds of illustrations. It's kind of fun working on this smaller scale as well, just because it's kind of, you can see it coming together a little bit nicer, or a little bit quicker, I mean, sorry. With the bigger illustrations, we gotta wait for all the different kinds of shading to go down and all the different lines to be ready. I do enjoy some of these little quicker ones. Just to see the impact of some of the strokes and See how they work out. A little dark, little muddy, but I think that there's lots of work to be done here. I'm thinking as I look at this, maybe like a white outline over like mines or something might be good. But we'll see. I placed this as an image, did I not? Oh no, don't do that. So what we'll do here, just so I don't make a mess, is, nope, this one. I'm just putting a layer over. Oh no, that's not going to be what I wanted to do. Can I mask this? Hide layer. That's what I want to do. I just want to hide this out. It's distracting me. But I didn't want to erase it because our lines are already pretty pixelated, and to raster this is going to make it really pixelated. Actually, that almost works just all on its own. I don't have to do anything. It's amazing. Hey, Moch, come here, buddy. I got you for you. Come here, handsome boy. Come here. Sit. Settle. Thank you. Just chill out, okay? 20 minutes, okay? Whew. See, that kind of almost works all on its own. Magic. Okay. And then while I'm in here, since this, let's not get too crazy. Okay, so let's actually, I want to clean up a little bit of this because, oh my God, Mojo, you're just the saddest boy. Come on, buddy. You're fine. Oops. Clip some of this, just so we can be assessing this properly. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Okay, yeah. So I forgot to, I think I mentioned this last week, but it was pretty quiet last week. So I saw the Barbie movie a couple weeks ago. I enjoyed it, but that's not why we're here right now. I saw this trailer, and I didn't even know this was coming out, and now I'm seeing it everywhere. I saw a trailer for the new Ninja Turtles movie. Oh my God. I was like, I watched Ninja Turtles when I was growing up. I know Ninja Turtles, but I'm not like, I haven't seen like any of the recent movies or anything like that. I'm not caught up, let's say. But the style of this movie, oh my God. So it's like 3D animation, but like has this like painted texture on top, but not like that painterly kind of like over top with brushstrokes where it kind of like jitters, like it's been hand drawn. It's like the texture is hand drawn. Whoa, it's amazing. I haven't seen the movie itself, but the trailers blew my mind. It was definitely a really cool way to approach the animation for sure. I'm super excited about it. I'd probably go see it just for the animation style. Holy. because that's what like I kind of liked about the Spider-Verse movie, was that kind of they kind of played around with that a little bit too, like kind of like just 2D slash 3D and all that kind of fun stuff. So what they were doing with this was like, yeah, there you go, Spider-Verse animation. Yeah, no, it was. I haven't seen the newest Spider-Verse. Oh, excuse me for 1 second. Can you just stop for 3 seconds? Enough. Come here. Look. We're doing the live. Look. This is fun. Yeah, I haven't seen the new Spider-Verse. I know my brother's kids went and saw it. But my cousin went and saw it. But yeah, that whole like style is really cool to me, because I find like some of the animation styles kind of like it's almost too much movement and I can't really watch it. It's funny, I was thinking about this the other day and I don't know why. I can't remember why. But the I feel like I have stronger reactions to the different animation styles. Like if I look at someone's like illustrations and stuff, I can look at a wide range of and variety of illustrations and be like, I like that. I don't love that, but I like the concept, blah, blah, blah. But with animations, I find I can get really like one or the other. I'd be like, there's some animation styles out there where I'm just like, I'm sure your story is amazing and I'm sure you've done a cool thing. Your animation gives me the heebie-jeebies. And I don't know what it is, why animation would be so different. So that, like, there is definitely some illustrations out there that give me heebie-jeebies. Can you sit, please? Just wait. There's some illustrations that give me the heebie-jeebies and some styles that give out there, but like for animation, sometimes it's just like, nope, can't sit in this chair and look at that. Don't know what's happening. But this one, the Ninja Turtles one, looks awesome. And yeah, the Spider-Verse. Now I want to watch the Spider-Verse. Guess I know what I'm doing after the live tonight. Yeah. I can appreciate a cool approach. But yeah, no, it was like, can you sit on your bum, please? 15 minutes, please, okay? Not even 14 minutes. Okay, enough. No, don't do that. I'm switching over. But yeah, I was in the theater and I was like, what is this? This is amazing. So I'd like to see behind the scenes on that one because it looks awesome. See? Look, they're not even coming in, bud. You can bark when they try and break into the apartment. How's that? I know, you're a good boy. There's go, man. Are you mad because I'm not drawing you today? Is that what's happening? Are you mad because I'm not drawing you today? Don't be mad. I'll draw you tomorrow. Oh, for Pete's sake. There we go. Keep putting the pencil down in the same spot. We wonder why it's not working. Sheesh. Okay. That's a little cleaner. That's kind of fun. Can you? Mojo, please. Come on, buddy. Enough. I don't want you barking at the neighbors. Come on. Have fun with us. We're having a good time. Chill with me, homie. Alright, so maybe, I think because of these dark shadows, to treat it a little differently, let's do a vector line. Big fat one around the eye here. How big is this? Is that big fat enough? This? That might be too aggressive. 11.5 it is. All right. Thank you. It's coming together. I'm super stoked about this. Okay, just settle. Okay, Booger, we're almost done. Yes, it's going to be so much fun. Oh, dear. Oh, God. Aggressive. There we go. I'll clean some of this out too. The magic of layers. Dude. That might be aggressive. Storms are brewing, Boog. Okay, just, yeah, there's go, boy. Oh my goodness gracious. You're fine, buddy. We'll go for a walk in a minute. It's all about the mojo. Why are you saddest boy? Enough. That's more better. Okay. Few test lines. Now we'll actually do it for real. How's that? Dude, come on. You're fine. Come on, bud. Holy cow. It's a pushy guy. Okay, can you just settle for 2 seconds? You're such a silly guy. Oh my goodness. Come on, buddy. We're illustrating. It's fun. He didn't read the adoption papers properly when it was time to adopt an artist, so he didn't quite know what he was getting himself into. Oh, God. There you go. A lot harder to connect the lines when you don't have the pressure sensitivity on. But I want a clean, crisp, uniform line here, so we're going to keep it off for now. Dude. Just give me a few minutes here, bud. Okay, you're good. What else is happening in the art universe? I'm trying to fit more studio time in. The summer's been really busy with doing different events and visits and parties. And can you just sit, please? You're making me crazy. Come on. Sit down, please. So it's like been busy, so my evenings have kind of like gone to prep for those or packing or whatever else. So now that those have kind of died down a little bit, at least for the next few weeks, I'm trying to get back into a routine. So right after work, I've been trying to be in the studio for an hour and a half, 2 hours or something. Before I get into dinner and all that other kind of stuff, trying to do some adulting around here and stuff, but force the studio work because it tends to kind of get pushed to the side, which is super frustrating for me. So I look at my long list of things I want to complete and I'm not doing anything about them and it frustrates me. So the past couple weeks I've been able to kind of get a little bit of stuff done after work, make it happen, like actually schedule it out, and I'm already feeling really good about things. I have so many series I want to do. I don't even think there's enough room on my iPad for everything I want to do here. All right, that's a bit of a rough line, but I think we can fix it up a little bit there. All right, so I think I'm going to pause there for now. I think we can do a little bit more. There's definitely a lot of work I can do here. I do kind of like how that dont's just kind of sitting there near the splatter. I may have the splatter kind of go over and underneath it a little bit to hide it even a little bit more. I definitely want to treat the letters a little bit differently, like I said, kind of a white outline on mines or something, and then read, I kind of want to treat almost kind of like my stained glass, so give it like a wider outline almost with a deep shadow inside, really pop it a little bit more. But that's experimentation for another day. For those of you who weren't at the start of the stream, couple updates. Here is where Mr. Mojo and I are at from last week. I worked on it a little bit on Tuesday of last week. A little bit more, liking it a little bit more, but not, it's not done yet, not finished, but we're going to keep working on it a little bit more. And then, big exciting news, finished the Kraken. For those of you who have not followed me on the Instagram or Facebook, this beauty got finished last week. And I'm going to get it printed. That will go up on Instagram once you see it's printed. I'm also thinking it'd be a really wicked t-shirt. Like, I was going to do a front, but like a big back. So I'm going to look into that because I think it's going to be really cool. It's probably absurdly detailed, but I'm going to see what I can do to get it on a shirt because I think it would be really awesome. Okay, buddy, you're okay. You're so stressed out. Calm down. But I think I'm really liking where this goes. This is pretty cool. And because it's using the same paint style, like the papers and stuff that we've been using in the past, it kind of, it fits into the style and everything. Yes, release the Kraken. I actually said that as I was publishing it. I'm like, release it! Let him be free! Yeah, I'm so proud of that illustration. So if you want to see some of the process, definitely go to my Behance page because I have all of the breakdown there. And I have all the sketches and everything of how I how I put it together and all that kind of fun stuff. So you sit with me for 2 seconds. So that's how I did that. So yeah, but I think this is a really great start for a pretty cool new series. So I think this is a good point to leave for today, and I think we're going to definitely do some more. I'm hoping that the sketch for the next 2-month illustration will be ready in time for next week. If it's not, we'll keep working on this guy, but I think like we can try and get the sketch done. I just have a little bit more research I have to do and things that I haven't just figured out yet that I think I would just be upset with what we did today. So I want to make sure we're happy with what we did today. All right, thanks Odari for tuning in. Mojo, he says thank you for protecting us during our live stream. Without you, this would be a disaster. Thank you everybody else who tuned in. I appreciate it. All your comments, all your everything on the Instagram, Facebook, Behance, and now YouTube. Super exciting. So I will leave you all for your evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. Follow me on all the things. And I will see you all again this time next week.